This video clip has been brought to you by IT in Canada, Canada's only integrated social media news network. Find us on the web at www.itincanada.ca.
Welcome back. I'm here again with Mauricio Sanchez, Chief Security Officer of HP Networks. Mauricio, thank you so much for making the time to join us for a second segment. In your experience, what are the technologies that offer the most important layers of protection, and what kinds of supporting technologies and services do IT managers need to be successful in deploying these products as part of an integrated security network?
Sure. So to answer your first question, the way that I see the technology landscape in addressing the security problem is like a stack. So it is a question where you have multiple devices that are coordinated and they each have roles and responsibilities, and at the top of this stack is a centralized command and control structure that allows the CSO or the CEO or the executives in the organization to keep a very good pulse, because ultimately what the technology provides is a way to have visibility and control into the IT ecosystem. And so from looking at, particularly from the networking perspective, HP provides a number of different solutions. And the way that I look at it, the networking piece, is starting off with the foundation itself, so the network infrastructure. So what we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years is making sure that we're continually embedding ever greater amounts of security capability, network security capability, into our switches, our routers, our access points, anything making up the base connectivity plane. And then on top of that, we start looking at in terms of how is it that we can bring both specialized hardware, software solutions, as well as accentuating the network management into the security domain. So going on that first one, the hardware software, it's around things like intrusion prevention and being able to block attacks and being able to take real-time actions against threats on the connectivity plane, married together with a very strong management platform that lets you control everything, get that centralized visibility control inside your network. On top of that is then one of the things that sets us apart is the intelligence, the security intelligence. So HP, we've been fortunate through the acquisition of 3Com and the Tipping Point assets last year. We got a fabulous security team. So no other security team out there identifies as many security threats in the wild as this particular security team. So the DB Labs, digital vaccine laboratories from the Tipping Point arm, continually are looking out there in the landscape as what's going on the application side, what's happening, and then providing that as a solution to our customers, both as the vulnerability filters in our devices, but also giving them situational awareness to what's happening on the internet at large, or where are the attacks coming from, what sort of attacks, what applications should they be thinking about. And so that kind of segues then to the next piece in the security stack, which is more of looking at the back end, the initial processes around the data and the applications themselves. So here, HP again is in a fortunate position because with the recent acquisition of ArcSight and the Fortify assets, we now have a package to bring that strong network foundation married together with the management security intelligence that I mentioned, with the security information intelligence and gathering capabilities of the ArcSight solution, and together with the application verification of the Fortify assets. So there together, you've got this trio between a very strong foundation with the network, within the reporting and intelligence, security intelligence capabilities of the ArcSight SIM-SEM product line, then married together with the application detection or vulnerability detection capabilities of the Fortify. So together, we create a life cycle. Because ultimately, in security, we're all about life cycles and figuring out what the process is, because we're so process-driven. And so together, we offer very strong entree of technologies to be able to take problems before they occur, say with the Fortify, get awareness with the security intelligence that the SIM and the DB Labs provides, and ultimately be able to take action on the network itself with the HP networking portfolio that includes Tipping Point.
That's really interesting. So if I understand this right, the security starts with embedded security in the network infrastructure. You plug into that specialized devices like intrusion detection and protection. You wrap that in a management platform that gives you the ability to manage across these different assets. You plug into that the external intelligence that you gain from your labs, and then you extend that protection out to the applications and data that are resident on the network, and deliver the protection back through that fundamental layer of networking devices.
Exactly, and so you have a feedback cycle, and they build synergistic capabilities between the different points there in the solution that you just described.
So then the security itself is more like an organism, more like an ongoing activity, rather than just a set of point products that you deploy once and walk away from.
That has been the traditional mentality that HP is trying to change, is that in the past, security was very fragmented. There was very little interoperability, or synergies. But now that we've got a very strong security portfolio, we're building the ties between these two because they make perfect sense, right? Security should be treated as a system, not as discrete widgets as it has been in the past.
Mauricio, that's terrific. Thank you very much for joining us here on the IT in Canada Network. I'm Michael O'Neill. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
To see more excerpts from this interview, go to www.itincanada.ca.